You ever had a moment where you're just sitting there going about your business and then all of a sudden a horrible repressed memory from like 1,000,000 years ago suddenly rears its head and then you die of internalized embarrassment? Yeah, that's what caused this video. So recently I had been thinking about the anime club at my old high school. I loved it. I met a pretty good chunk of my friends there, and I was even voted into being vice president. And we even saved up to go to a local convention 2 years in a row. I only went once, though. Good memory overall. Great times. 10 out of 10. If I could do it again, I would. But then, that led me to remembering what a goddamned edgelord I was in high school. Now, if you've been following my art for a while, you're probably already aware of that. But if you've only found my stuff recently, this may come as a bit of a shock. Like, let's be real, I'm not exactly the most intimidating fellow around. I look like a goddamn toasted marshmallow. And my work doesn't tend to be all that edgy either. I mean, I guess there was my Inktober stuff from last year, but, you know, Halloween. But man, oh man, back in high school, I sure as heck tried my hardest to be as dark and angsty as possible. Now, in Teen Fox's defense, a lot of this manifested as an outlet for my then undiagnosed depression and anxiety, which if you didn't know that about me, well, how did I put it in the last video? Oh yeah! Surprise! However, that doesn't mean a lot of my perceived edginess wasn't pretty try-hardy. From my persistence to wear black and gray, to my overly long hair, though admittedly that was also because for some reason I developed a deep fear of having my hair cut. Again, anxiety. So I figured it would be fun to look back at a few of my old art pieces and wince at them. I think that's what the kids say. Is it wince? Cringe? Okay, cringe. To cringe at them. So without further ado, some sort of live reactions to my old tacky art. Alright, so I decided to bring on a live guest to react to my old cruddy art. Say hello.
Hi.
This is Blitzio Arts. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, as Fox said, I'm Blitzio Arts. I am Fox's boyfriend, and I am also a voice actor.
He's one of the two boys I showed in my last video.
Yes. The big green and gray guy.
Yeah. Okay, so, anyway, I'm just gonna show him some of my old cruddy art, which I don't think he's seen yet. So we're gonna start off with this picture of my really, really old Sona when he was still like an orange fox and had like gray in his hair.
It's
not great.
If I may be honest, there are bits of it that kinda are not great.
The whole thing is not great. He looks like a noodle man.
Yeah, a little bit.
This was apparently done because like I was playing like Elder Scrolls and I was like, you know what? He's like a battle mage because I had just learned that term, and I think I called the picture Battle Mage or Fox the Battle Mage or something.
You should have called it Marmite.
I should have called it Marmite. Yeah, it does kind of look like roughly about the same quality as Marmite. Yeah, I would think so. I don't know what's going on in the background.
It's purple.
Well, it's purple. But
I mean, that looks cool.
Well, yeah, but I also don't really know what's happened. And then again, I've done plenty of just
the
basic
The
color.
anatomy is kind of like
awful.
I wouldn't say awful. It's just too.
My favorite part
too
is
symmetrical.
My favorite is his arm, which is just a rectangle.
It's just a rectangle.
And then his broken wrist.
Yeah, that's the wrong way around his hand.
Well, no, it's like so. Like it's it looks a little weird.
His tail honestly looks kind of like poop.
It kind of looks like
somebody smashed a broken egg all over his ass.
A little. Oh my god, it does. Okay, that's enough of that one. Next up, we've got this one here, which try and guess what's going on in this picture.
He's suffering from that horrible Tom Brady disease.
What?
It was Tom Brady in Venom, right?
Yes.
He has he kind of looks like he's getting symbiote all jacked into his body or something.
Okay, so the context for this drawing was that I had decided that I had experimented with making Fox a silver fox before, and then I decided I wanted there to be an in-canon explanation because I liked the design better. So if you see the orange at the bottom? The idea was that he wakes up one day and he has the zipper on him and he unzips, and then underneath he's a silver fox. He has no idea how it happened. That explanation did not last long.
I guess.
My favorite part are his arms.
His weird chicken arms.
His extremely long, not at all in perspective arms.
I don't really like the black on the face.
I don't either.
It looks kind of like muddy.
It obscures his expression.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kept this for so long, because it's not that I'm against the idea of having like a darker color around like the muzzle. Like I have a friend named Sai, and their Sona has like a darker color on the muzzle, but it's more like a darker gray.
Yeah,
this is like
it should be a darker gray.
This is like almost a completely
almost
like
the same color
black.
as the hair.
This is like almost like a completely pitch.
Yeah,
black.
it should have been like the same color as the hair.
It looks more
and
like
then the hair should have been darker.
Without the nose, it looks like he's got like a beak.
Yeah.
Again, though, I have to say, I'm really surprised that Nintendo hired a high schooler to make a new character for ARMS, though.
Yeah, the ears look a little bit weird.
They do. They're
like
just...
one is slightly like not in the correct spot.
Yeah, like they're just off proportion enough. I also love how tiny his head is.
Oh yeah, it is. Small.
All my size went to ARMS.
His eyes are also kind of weird.
Yeah, I used to draw like eyes like all square and weird, and I don't understand why I did
No, I meant
that.
like the pupils.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what happened there either. Anyway, yeah, this is really bad.
Yeah.
And lastly, just this one. It's kind of hard to make out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's so black. It's so hard to make out.
I can't see a goddamn thing. I am blind.
Okay, so the picture was called I Need a Hug. And this was when I was starting to kind of transition Fox away from being like this kind of warrior into being like this sort of misunderstood like magic thing.
Was he the ultimate life form?
No, not exactly. I think the explanation was that he was that he was like a paradox in time.
So he was a Sephiroth.
Yeah, actually, and here's a fun little edgy fact, and I was so proud of this. If you look in the background, you could see these kind of like things. Those are supposed to be like not wings themselves, but suggestions of wings. Because he could grow wings.
I could barely see that until you turned the phone a little bit like on an angle.
Oh, and the weird eye thing happened again.
Also, why is he just in, like, hell?
Because he was probably in hell, honestly, knowing edgy.
I saw your little signature thing. I thought that was part of his, like,
that's
head.
That's my old, really awful signature. I can't even tell what the date is. I think it's 2013. That I love that he's not wearing pants.
I love his weird hands.
I like his weird arm,
and his misshapen thighs.
And his arm, one of which is significantly thicker than the
Yes.
other. You could tell
That he's a noodle.
You can tell what he does on Saturday nights. I don't want to say anything beyond that because I don't want to bump up the rating, but you can tell.
He makes noodles.
Yeah, exactly. He makes noodles. Also, the dog collar that I wore.
Yes.
Is there. Although this one is like black.
Where even is that thing? Anyway?
I still have it. I actually still have it.
Like somewhere in your drawers, I imagine.
Yeah, my
somewhere
absolute
in there.
mess of drawers. Yeah. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, it's gonna be a nope from me, dog.
Wait, you don't think that edgy McEdgerton is beautiful?
In his own way, we're all beautiful.
His
folks.
mom thinks is cool. Oh, wait, no, he didn't have a mom because he's super edgy.
No.
He didn't have I don't think he had a dad.
Or, you know, he hated his mom.
No, I just don't think he had a mom. Well, okay, he was eventually
No, because
readapted.
that's the more edgy thing.
Well, here's the thing: he was readapted into a story and given a different name, and that was part of his backstory, actually. Anyway, I guess there's nothing else to say.
Yeah, those were terrible.
Well, I I'm going to cry myself to sleep tonight.
No.
I'm joking.
No.
Thank you for putting up with whatever the hell this was. Okay, no, go. It's my video. Go, get. Well, that sure was fun. But as we sat here and poked fun at my past, I remembered that even if it's silly and kind of embarrassing now, it's important at that formative age to express yourself, as it helps form your identity in the future. I mean, as much as I laugh now, a good chunk of who I am stemmed from this part of my life. I still enjoy wearing blacks and grays, along with colors. Old-style Silver Fox lasted a long time with a few designs until I just made him his own character. Man, this is getting meta. And even Bad Vibe, my webcomic project, started here as a way to vent my frustration as an LGBT teen. So I guess if there's a moral to this video, it's that sometimes a bit of edgy self-expression is okay. Just remember that you're probably gonna look back on it in a few years and die of embarrassment. Because Lord knows, that's what I've done.